Welcome to the Out There channel, live stream 443.
Hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love. I'm hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love.
Dark side. Let the fate control your body. In the beginning, there was written.
Come follow me, yeah. It's just hiding. I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love.
Finding love. Hello. Good to be back. Seem to be doing quite a few shows lately. Shows lately. Okay. Hopefully I don't get a dry mouth like yesterday. It's getting warmer here. And I forgot to get a drink. But we'll see how it goes. I don't think anyone's joined us yet. I'll just type up. Hello, anyone out there? Live stream 443. More UFO vids to analyze. There we go. I thought I saw someone sneak on. Oh, I did just when was it? So there's zero. Hey, I saw your donation, but you must have done it in a way that doesn't go through the OBS software. OBS don't even monitor Substar, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, I've added the total on manually, $5. But we need to, as I'm going to go over now, we need to sort out Substar, and I'll show you why. So as you can see, my last pay-in sub cancelled, Area 51, for his own reasons. I think he's got a new job and stuff, and he's not able to join us anymore. But anyway, you can see no active subscribers, and that means the money is locked. And this is the money I need to get my hands on, and it's 150 limit, so you can see where my problem is. I suppose most most channels out there never have this problem. They always got some coming in, and always not desperate on the money. A lot of them just get so much money, it's ridiculous. So yeah, that would pay for quite a few subscriptions to like BitChute and Plane Finder, Golden Membership, well, Flight Radar, which I don't use anymore because I can't afford it. And many other licenses I have to pay, like Minicam, which I'm still haven't paid off. But yeah, so yeah, to get to access to that one, you need to go to my channel website. I probably should post it down here, shouldn't I, really? Save me typing it each time. WordPress. That one. Now, yeah, I've got a link to the subscribe star here. I'm probably the only channel that actually shows you the kind of money I get, right? I'm pretty open. If you join my Discord group, I outlay all my expenses. So you can see that you're funding the channel and not funding my lifestyle like most of the UFO channels out there, right? Funding their trips away or whatever. And their junk food. And you can join our Discord group here if you're seriously into UFOs. You'd be surprised how many people don't last a week on the channel because they just join and they don't talk and they just act like they're trolls, right? They're just lurkers. So yeah, you can join Substar there. Just simply click on the link. Accept cookies, and I got monthly memberships, but $2, as you can see, to get to 150 would take me like 18 months, is it? If one person was paying $2, $40 divided out by 2, take 20 months, is it? So yeah, I won't be around by then at that rate. And then the next one's $5, $10, $30, $100. I've never had anyone pay more than 30, I think. But yeah, it's quite a nice little channel, way to set donations, but having limits because of banking issues. These companies get a lot of problems with censorship and all those religious people that own the banks that don't like you talking about UFOs. They make it a bit hard. In fact, they don't like you talking about anything. Despite the banks are the biggest problem in the world. It's quite funny, when I bought my first Bitcoins, I had the bank phone up saying, "Oh, you've been scammed, you bought Bitcoin." "No, I haven't." "How do you know I bought Bitcoin?" Yeah, I said, yeah, of course I bought Bitcoin. No, I did not click any links and emails, and I know it's not a scam. I've got to pay memberships because the banks limit these companies from using PayPal and other credit cards. The guy was a complete arsehole on the phone. Yeah, I just don't like bankers at all. Anyway, since I bought Bitcoin, I've made quite a bit of money on it if I cashed in. Like 30% on my coins there, but I've just done it as like backup money to pay memberships if I have to, and keep some money separate from normal banks. So I don't really want to cash in back to coin again. And of course now the taxman wants a slice of it in New Zealand as well. They don't do anything. They don't make your life easier. So yeah. So I should add that link down here. I'll totally forget about it though. Bookmark it. Yeah, so sort of you get fed up with all this problems that you suffer, and at the moment YouTube are doing something nasty too. I think you've even seen Secureteam complain about it. So that's not the link I had posted from here, is it? I cut and pasted it before and it didn't go in the clipboard. What the hell? Brought up some government paper. You have now been men in blacked. Yeah, I think what's happening is YouTube has done something with the bots. So whenever I get a new subscriber, as you can see, my subs keep going down. Every time I get a new subscriber, my subs go down. Used to be 2, 5, 10 3 months ago, and it's slowly gone down 1 or 2. Every time I get a new sub, it goes downwards, not upwards. Even despite that says subscribers here, right? Now it's gone below 2.5, which should never happen. So what I think is they've modified the bot to go and look for users to purge as soon as you get a new sub. Maybe that's how they control, rather than having it check every certain period, just check every time you get a certain amount of subscribers. Kick it off. That way it keeps the database cleaner for them, but you'll never reach your target. So I just wonder anyone else out there has got that turned on. I still think it's a switch they can turn on in the admin to say, make this person's life harder on YouTube because we don't like his content. And Tyler may now be in the same category as me. Finally, I've been in it since the start of this year, in that category. So I keep complaining to YouTube. They say there's nothing wrong. It's part of the algorithm where they purge. They check the links to see if they're fake subs. I said they're not fake subs. These are just 1 or 2 joining every week. They're definitely not fake subs or bought subs, as you're claiming. So are they detecting things wrong and then just simply removing the people once they sub? I don't think this list changes backwards on OBS. I think it just shows your last subs, but it doesn't actually remove them. So yeah. But yeah, so you've got to keep an eye on this, and you've got to keep the pressure on Google to be honest. But you can see here, my subs are sort of slowly rocketing upwards on all the other alt media, and the only one that's going backwards is YouTube. So how does that even make... Yeah, I'm from New Zealand, yeah, Christchurch, yeah. Jasper. Yeah, told you that already. And it should be on the About tab anyway. Like I said, I'm probably the most honest YouTube channel on the web. Anyone that doesn't list anything on their Patreon and how much they're earning are dishonest. They don't want to know how much they're making from donations. They might have 1,000 donators and making $10,000 a month. Why don't they want you to know that? You know, so you reduce how much you're paying or stop paying. And guess who are all those ones? Tyler. Secureteam is one of those people. You will never see how much he's earning there. And you'll probably find quite a few UFO channels there too. Don't list how much they're earning. And yet there are some honest big channels out there that do list everything. I think Captain Delusion is one of them. And I think he gets like 20-odd thousand or something. You probably could look it up anyway. Patreon... And he just lifts off his donations. I don't think he gets much for ad money. He only puts out one video once a month, doesn't he? So is that how you spell his name? We'll find out. Captain, here we go. Disillusion. Let's see. I was pretty sure he used to show how much he got. Here you go. So he's getting almost 3,000 and making $10 per month. Okay, so that's an honest, what you call an honest person. I don't use Patreon anymore because I wasn't sure about it, because they can they can hold on to your money. They can lock up your account just like a bank can, can't they? And he's got reasonably priced ones here too, but I thought he had gone up to the hundreds and stuff. They got more here. Oh, it's got more. 15, 20. Still, it's pretty low. Should at least have one up to 100. People find what he does useful, you know. Teaches people. So here's another one. Secureteam. Comes up and searches, does it? Is that his? Yeah, looks like it. And what's the bet? He doesn't show you how much he's earning. There you go. For 549 subs, but it doesn't tell you how much he's earning. That's dishonest. And as you can see, how many did Captain Illusion have? 1,000 was it? I can't remember now. And he was getting 10,000. Oh no, 3,000. So he was getting 10,000. But he had pretty low things. So let's see what his ones go up to. He's only going to go up to 25 too. Probably because people haven't gone over that, probably. Yeah. So let's see. Captain Delusion 3,000 is times 3,000. What's that work out for him? It'll be the same for everybody probably. Every 1,000 is $3,000. So he could be earning anything up to 1,500 to 3,000 there in donations then. As an estimate. But anyway. Now Subscribestar, slightly different system. But it was in competition to Patreon. When people got their accounts closed, they had to switch to another platform. I think they're running out of California as well, which is a bit dodgy. But yeah, I need to post that up here in a pinned comment. OT Chan web links. Pin message. Still, I don't understand you put so much work into this channel. I do. That's because I have a passion for the topic. Where these other people say they got a passion, they haven't actually got a passion. Close and accept. Subscribestar you can get from there, right? So you can just scroll down. Now this is OBS tips. When I got my account on YouTube locked for 3 months because of Dr. J Radio strike against me, which I couldn't undo unless I wanted to find a lawyer and take it to court and defend that it was fair use. 4-minute clip, right? It's just not worth the energy. But sometimes I wish I was super rich and take on all these punks and see how many lose. So yeah, it would be great fun. You know, if someone out there was a rich person that wants to go and get all these jerks and come and fund us, let's take them to court. America just loves the court system. The lawyers just love rolling in the money. Been going for a long time now. You can find out my stats on Social Blades. Since we're talking about me at the moment, we'll get onto the UFO stuff in a minute. Social Blades keeps track of your stats is one thing. I think there's another program that does it too. So you can just type Social Blade in and just type in the name of the channel. Out there channel. And you notice I didn't have any spaces between the words. That's because that's the name of the channel. It just makes it easy, doesn't it? Easy to remember. And just type it in. So here's my stats, 732 uploads, and I've only got 187,000 views on that. So from the beginning, when I joined, was just before the Mr. T elections, when YouTube were getting upset also with, what's his name, PewDiePie, that did a Nazi sketch and destroyed all the ad revenue coming in, and they had to dance around for the corporations and make sure to keep them on. And so what they did is they decided to put terrible restrictions on. I just made monetization when they changed it to 4,000 viewing time, which was stupid. So the only way to get up that high was to do live streams, and so eventually I bit the bullet and just started doing live streams to try and get those hours up, because you weren't going to do it with 10-minute videos on a small channel, were you? And you ain't going to get 4,000 hours in a year. And you can see I've gone backwards here in subscribers, and yeah, just dead. Oh look, there you go, I just lost another 10. Well, because it rounds it up, it's really, this is the stats from the admin panel that I plug into my little what do you call it, panel down here, counter panel. But you can see here that the views are not too bad at the moment, 100 plus, but it should be a lot better, you know. And if I go to I'll go back to my page here, just for comparison. You remember I joined all these alt media way after YouTube. So if I go to BitChute, and then hit about, you can see I've only been going 2 years 7 months, and it's already 206,000 versus Google all-time stats of 187,000. So, and that's been since 2016. So in half the time, BitChute has slashed the view count, and the subs are pretty low though for that time period. 1465. It should be up to 2,000 about now. So I'm not too sure what's happened, if they changed this search thing. But I only got one sub from yesterday's show. So it's gone a wee bit sad, BitChute. I'm not too sure why. And they still haven't added live streams in yet. But I must be the biggest on BitChute, surely, you know. But that's not all the media I have out there. I'm also on Rumble, which I haven't got listed here. You can see that's been growing the fastest lately. Who knows? It might take off. What else? Brand New Tube is another one that's sort of grown pretty quick. But it's full of conspiracy minds. And they like to dislike things quite a lot. So yeah, it's a bit disappointing. And you can go to other channels like GUFON, who basically stole my format and told lies about me. Alright, to go to this one, he's only been around a year longer, less, I mean. He's already got 500,000 views. So this is what happens when you start teaming up with the big fraud channels, right? You can boost up your subs. Once you get to 5,000 subs, there's sort of like a kick in from YouTube. They start promoting it more. And then they start having subs just come in slowly, like this, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. 1,000 views. And even he did a thing on Dr. Leir yesterday and was totally wrong about it. It's just ridiculous. He just needs to watch my debunks on it and he would have the answer. He doesn't keep saying he understands things about plastic lenses and things, but he doesn't understand things at all about current technology. Anyway, so if you want to go and check out all the different channels out there, just use Social Blade and plug in the thing. As you know, Nocturnal News works with Tyler, and he got a boost of about 2,000 subs. He's now over 5,000 as well. And he's slowly growing now, you see. You just got to get up to that 5,000 mark. And he's a D. He was a D minus. He's gone up slightly. And he's only been around since 2019, right? And of course he got a lot of plug from Tyler over the last 2 years. And you can see he got a boost, but it's already starting to drop down a bit on the views again. Alright. What's that normally tell you? That the content doesn't interest them. But still, it's better than what I'm getting. Plus 60 and stuff. And that's what happens when you team up with big channels. That's the only way you can break it. And that's really why Google, the ringmaster of the 3-ring circus, they can make or break a channel. And with their bots as well. And their algorithms. If they don't like your content, I'm pretty sure they can toggle on a few things to make your life harder. And there's sort of preference modes as well. If you're like a mainstream media like Anderson Cooper, you get all these nice little perks where you get in the first top 10 results when someone does a search. Now if you search on me on Google, let's see, I must have a few on, let's see, what would be a good search for most of my content. Lead kites, the out there channel. Let's see what. Now, if you put spaces in, so I'm being really specific here. I'm actually telling the channel that I want to find any reference to lead kites. It should be quite a few out there, right? Out of that 700. So let's have a look. So the out there channel has totally got ignored. So it's put up Kite Festival, Remote Control, Cobra Kite, didn't even feature, AliExpress, nothing there, nothing there. Okay, so now we push on the video tab. Should be something in the top 10, but nope. So far, nothing about the out there channel. 0000. Even though I specified it in the keywords, and this is why Google can break a channel. Okay, you see what the problem is? This is why we go nowhere on YouTube. And you can see it doesn't even list the alt media sites either. So I don't think I saw any of mine in the first couple of pages there. Okay, so let's try one that's really popular. Secureteam. I've done a few on him as well. Let's see how many pop up. Okay. Secureteam 10. Not my channel, but his channel. And you can bet that video's got no mention of the out there channel in it. Secureteam, ground level security dashboards. Again, not mine. Not mine. History channel. And not mine, not mine, not mine. In the past, when I did that sort of search, it would come up with Mr. Ken, Faker, and Dr. Norton. So this is why I'm going backwards. So if I put in maybe even some more keywords, Dr. Norton, the one he faked the voice for. Can't be too many references for that type of name. Still hasn't come up. Channel 4 for some reason. Hey, here we go. And it's got no picture. Secureteam caught faking UFOs. And it's a playlist. So it's second on the list. It took all those keywords just to find it. It's buried. NSA whistleblower. And it's got damn lines ground here. Dr. Northman hoax. Northman? Does he mean Norton? There was no Dr. Northman. Linesground's got that wrong. Why would Linesground be there? Because his channel started before 2016. Any channel that started after 2015 had a handicap. You had all the imposing ticks on you. You had to make certain limits and stuff. Well, all the ones before then instantly were allowed to upload and do live streaming without meeting the limits, because they've been on the channel for a long time. Well, before the elections anyway. So yeah, where's my video? Okay, let's get rid of the spaces. Let's really narrow it down a bit more. Out there, channel. And it still hasn't come up. Not at all. I think it might be the playlist here, but let's have a look. Is it my playlist? Yep, there's my playlist. But it still hasn't brought up. It used to bring up the thumbnail of this one. Smoking gun evidence. It doesn't do that anymore. Secureteam faked UFO leaker. And so on. But yeah. See, it's not bringing up the individual. Well, at least a playlist is something, but you know, who's going to click on that? If they see the fun thing. Okay, let's try. What was it? Secureteam court. Try that. And we'll stick it in quotes. Okay, now it's top of the list, and the only one there. So why hasn't it added in that video? Obviously it's been suppressed, right? To me that's Google protecting Tyler Clockner. Defending their cash cows, as I call it. Smoking gun evidence. Okay, well, let's try that then. Smoking gun. Hasn't even got Secureteam in it. Okay, smoking gun. See what happens. Hey, there it is. Daily Motion. Not even YouTube. Comes up on Daily Motion of all things. And where's their one? And still the playlist. Again, another one of my playlists. Alien Grey one. Because it's got Smoking Gun in it, you see. I think the title had Smoking Gun, and that's Smoking Gun, not clickbait. But yes, oh look, there I am at the bottom. And I've specified it directly here. That should be like the first one at the top, really. Well, let's just type that in. That should give us the channel straight away, shouldn't it? Should be at the top. And no, let's come up with a random live stream I did. Test video. But where's my channel? You see what I mean? It's frustrating. And that's why I'm almost heartbroken and ready to just say goodbye. I can't fix ufology when I'm being hampered like this. People say we're the disinformation agents. To me, Google are part of the government. They're government owned. In fact, Nocturnal News said Tyler's got people inside of Google, and I believe it. So, yeah, you've got a mate there, and it can tweak a few things. Maybe someone's gone in and checked his settings and unticked a few things, so his subs go backwards like mine for the time being until one of his helpers undoes it. But anyway, we better carry on. So, yeah, I just want to talk about GUFON's thing yesterday because I have debunked it. But anyway, after all that, if you want to donate and try and keep me on air, because I need to pay my ISP off. I need to pay money for the extra bandwidth and stuff. And a wee bit behind on that. So other people in the house are paying for it. So yeah, you can help me out with that. It'd be good on that subscribe star, even if it's $5 a month. Like I said, $2 it's going to take 20 months, which is no good. $5, if I can get enough people doing it, then it'll be alright, you know. Because I'm not going to make it on ad money. As you can see, Google got me closed down, and the alt media, because I'm the biggest there, because they don't pay anything, right? They don't have any ad money, but I'm still posting there as well. I post there as well as YouTube, which I'm sort of kicking myself in the butt doing so. But if I had just YouTube, then everyone's got to go and watch on YouTube and watch their ads or whatever. But then again, the YouTube ads get blocked. You can run tools that actually stops it showing up in the browser. So it's a no-win situation there for making money, you know. Paying, you know, it's free to watch, but the ads pay for it doesn't sort of work because of the ad blocking, unless the people waitlist you. But anyway, GUFON put up this thing here yesterday, and I'll just play a little clip of it. About the Dr Leir Turkish footage.
That's not on fire. Not.
I think it was this one, unless he's removed it. There, I think it was. Is that the one? No, it was here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. So this famous one with the 2 or maybe 3 alien heads. You can see here it's got some sort of roundness happening. Now I've talked about this before, so I'll just recap it quickly here. After my little rant about money and life being difficult as a YouTube creator. So inside a camera, you have a thing called aperture, but you also have various lenses, right? So when you look down here, all these should be in line, and it could be like a long tube. Let's see if I can do it three-dimensionally. Go around, no. What happened? So easy to click off it. So you got a telephoto lens like that, right? But it clips onto your camera. I don't think I've got a picture of a camera here. Camera. It would be really good if we did have a camera. What can we use for a camera? Oh, that'll do. So this guy had like a handy cam connected to a telephoto, and these actually screw on. And inside the lens here, if you look down the barrel on the outside of it, it has a certain thickness to the plastic, but it also has these little cutouts. So if I erase some bits, it has little cutouts every so often where the front part of the lens on the camera connects into these little bits and sort of locks it into place to make it steady, right? Like so. And they have like little pins that come down from here, because it has sort of like a electronic swing goes around. It has these little pins that come down that moves the lens inside here. The lens is trying to draw it for you, but it's a bit tricky. Lens, eclipse. So you got the lenses inside, right? That line up perfectly, or should do. And then you got lenses also in here. Quite a few lenses, I should say. And when these little pins come down and clip into the camera pin, when it spins around, it changes on a like a what do you call it? It has like little teeth, cog system, which sort of moves lenses back and forth to get them in focus, right? So how did the guy fake it? Well, obviously these little cutout bits were different on his camera for some reason, and it was because the Turkish hoaxer had a Canon was it a Canon Handycam? And he had a Sony telephoto lens. Two different makes, but obviously they got the same sort of lens sizes, but didn't have the same hole system where it clips on to make it solid fitting. So he was able to put a bit of pressure on to bend this downwards, right? So down the back of this thing here, you can see the edge of the camera, and probably. So if it's out of alignment, how can I draw it though? If it's out of alignment, right? So you can sort of see that part of it, right? That's the flying saucer you're seeing, and as long as you got enough light going down the telephoto, you're going to see the edge of the camera, and bingo, there's the edge of the telephoto lens inside. And there's the pins for the electronics to change the focus. And because it's not a perfect fit, it wobbles up and down, and you get any movement on these optics, you can actually start to see, the edge of the lens rather than actually seeing through the lens the correct way, if that makes sense to you. And so that's what that is, and that's why Dr. Leir got fooled by it, because he was there watching him film it, right? They were just aiming it at the moon or something where it lit up enough inside, and he was just pressing down, wobbling it around, and the little screw heads obviously wobbled around a wee bit, the micro screw heads. So if you zoom into that, you might be able to see the little pin heads where it sort of clips on, but it doesn't. They're not actually like screws. I'm not sure what you call them, but they're little pins with little bobble heads on it, and they sort of part when you clip it together. So it's sort of like this rotates around inside here, inside the camera. But you shouldn't be able to have a wobbly camera to be able to film this mechanical side of the camera lens, right? But because he used two different brands, he was able to do it. Believe me, it had me fooled for a wee while. So what's happened to my zoom? Looks like it's stuffed up. Okay. What's happened here? Let me just reset that. So I have actually done an episode on this. I've done a couple of episodes on this, and I've actually got hold of a part, but I couldn't find the proper camera part. They had the notches on, and I keep expanding the internal part that connects and it's got a little, what you call it, a bevel that goes on to front of the lens, and I zoom that in. But I say this is the wrong one. This is the one that goes on the outside. We want the female version. You know, there's always a male and a female where you got one connects into the other, like a nut and bolt. So, yeah, quite clever really for a hoax, but I need to reset that. Why is that back up there? I moved that down to here. Let me just resave that sucker. Okay. Okay, so did it work? Yep. Yeah, magnifier's working again. Okay, where did we get to? So anyway, GUFON talks about it being in front of a ship at first and then changes his mind. But yeah, if you go to mine and type in, which you won't find it by Google search, but you can do it this way. Type in Turkey, you'll find all my videos on the Turkey stuff, and you can see my very first one. I actually thought they were aliens. I actually believed into it myself until I learnt more stuff as I went through the years. So I always change, go back to things if I get new information and re-look at things, and I was really disappointed to say, yep, internal bevel was the one. So here you go, come up, here's my first one on it, talking about the aliens, and it looked really believable, but now I've changed the title, like an honest channel has, debunked fully now, and I've put links to this one here. And it says debunked again, you know, because I've talked about it so many times, because people just don't want to watch my stuff and listen. And this one here, I go through the actual parts of the camera and overlay it. The episode of what? And you should be able to go down here on the bookmarks now and find it very quickly. Where is it? Turkish famous aliens debunked again. So that should take us back to the start of that. What do we got? Renee, how's Charlie doing? It was a bit sad because it was raining all yesterday. Yeah. Okay, so we thought this was the best solid proof of aliens actually inside a UFO. And that was before Mojo got into contact with his video. So I talk about the captures, and then I started looking at the camera that they were using, and found some pictures with them, and using a teleconverter which clips onto the front, and I find a I talk about the two pins that sort of dispart each way. I'm not sure what they're called. They've probably got a special name for it. Easy snap together rather than screw together. So I found the bevel here, but as I point out, we needed the female, the inside part where the hole cutouts are, which is the camera side. This is the lens, telephoto lens side of the holes, and you can see it clips into where the square bits are, but we needed the inverse. So I couldn't find the exact model needed to prove it 100%, but you can see how close I get it with this a similar model, same brands, similar model, and I zoom out. Where is it? So that's all I had to work with. That's all any bevel I could find. And where's the overlay? I didn't spend too long on it really, compared to what I normally do. Yeah, I'll sort of line it up with the holes here, see? And obviously this is right on the edge, so I had to zoom this right out to here, and the holes start to line up. That one lines up with this one here, that one lines up with that one. Okay, and that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the edge, because he's got a wobbly lens. And you're seeing just the edge of the lens where you shouldn't be seeing it at all. And that's what you call camera artifact, or internal camera, where you see the workings of the camera by mistake. And they wasn't aiming at the sky, right? So you could be aiming at the floor. But yeah, part image bigger, and I kept playing around with it. I'm probably a wee bit better at doing that now, but yeah, so last time I talked about that, but I thought I needed to bring it up again, because obviously it's been recycled again still out there. Dr. Leir, aliens debunked. Sad but true. I wanted to believe in it as well, but this is why we got to keep our minds open and not get angry when we get challenged. So many people get angry when I tell them that Tyler has faked hundreds of videos. No, he hasn't. He always says make up your mind, but he's faked stuff, you know. Doesn't change the fact that he's a faker. Anyway. So yeah, he was saying it was ship lights, which is ridiculous. You could see it wasn't ship lights because you would see more of the ship, right? Just common sense. So whereabouts did he start it from? And then at the end he says he doesn't know. Must be here somewhere. So he's got no chapters. If he had chapters, we'd find it quite easily. But they take a wee bit of extra time, don't they? It must be here. No. I'll catch up in the side chat in a minute. But also, remember, the Turkey video was a combination of other videos. There was the red lights, which were Fata Morgana of distant wind farm, which was on the other side of the bay. So there was lights, the collision lights on top of the wind farm, reflecting off ice crystals, well, colder air, I should say, over the ocean there. And that's what people seeing sometimes. And also they were seeing, obviously, Fata Morgana of other house lights as well. It was a combination of things. Some were faked with the moon. Some were aeroplane lights coming in. And they just mixed it all together because of the big hype about the red lights being seen over the sea, which was just a natural phenomenon. And then this guy comes out saying he's captured a close-up of the aliens and he was faking it the whole time. So that's how it sort of unraveled, right? Must be here he starts it.
And hover over the sea. The video was recorded with a camera that had a teleconverter adapter capable of filming at 200 times optical.
Which we've just been over.
Well, that is impressive. Achieving a great amount. What are they, 8 miles?
That wasn't the end of it still. Is he
How
cut it
far
off or
away were
something?
they from it? I hope they show us.
Where's the ship lights thing? It's ridiculous though, saying it's ship lights.
What are they, 8 miles? Friends filed reports with serious UFO research.
Okay, where's the debunk video, which is clearly wrong.
Tons of
So even there, you can tell he's got less of the lens, outer. And here you see he's got more of the internal lens. You can actually see the other part of the lens just at the bottom here. That sort of blows it away, you know, straight away of being like a Cylon UFO craft. But where's the ship light? But it can't be finished there already, is he? Maybe he was embarrassed about it.
because we know, but you know, the majority of people out there look at that video and they still think it's a UFO. And when you talk to people in the public, like I was just talking to one of my, and I'm going to prove it to you.
Oh, here we go. Might be the.
There was a video, that very famous video we all know about. It's the Turkey UFO. Why is my computer running really like it's working hard for no reason?
God knows, mate. You don't run it like I do.
I'll show you the video here.
I don't want to spend too long on this one, but
4, 3, 2, go. Remember this? And
Yes.
the aliens were walking around.
no, they weren't.
You could see them walking back and forth.
No, that was the
Hold on.
screw heads as they're trying to rotate the
Let me pull it up
focus.
and get you the real video. Oh, come on.
That's a good
Reesh.
illusion. It
Hey,
really was.
Reesh. How you doing? Hey, Reesh. Here it is.
Come on, mate, get on with it.
Welcome, United Kingdom and friends across the globe, to GUFON in the UK. Here it is.
Oh, God.
We are on the Sunday show, where we started off with some bad news on Jolly canceled her interview. Remember this?
Sightings this year are being shared.
Many people who live in the compound, and it was filmed by the security guard for almost 3 hours within the period of time, like 2.5 to 3 months. And the footage
So he's
are
just
so
wobbling
interesting and
the
so
lens on
amazing
the
because
front.
we see,
footages.
we don't just see the lights in the sky, we see in the close-up the outline of the object. Very clearly, the structure of the object is so clear.
Yeah,
and
he was
also,
faking it, this
in
guy.
the June 12 dated footage, the UFO puts a show and it turns its lights back and forth again from one side to another. This is amazing footage. And it's been analyzed, the whole footage has been analyzed from our scientific board for 2.5 weeks. It went frame by frame.
So this is why you got to understand.
Went pixel
This
by
is exactly why you got to understand the camera artifacts, understand the technology you're using. You know how magicians can pull the wool over your eye with illusions, right? It's exactly the same. You don't know how they pull out the pigeon out of the sleeves or whatever. Card tricks. This is exactly the same with people fooling you with camera. all the little camera artifacts. If you wobble it in the right place or bang it, put the wrong lens on, all that sort of stuff.
pixel, and this is 100% genuine footage.
The footage is real. We all can see that, obviously. And I wasn't so sure about it. And today I just somehow saw this. I don't know how long it's been figured out. But here it is. Hold on.
At least 3 years by me, if you bothered watching my stuff.
This is what it is.
No, it's not.
It is a boat. out at sea. See?
So you could tell that's
the
not a
UFO
boat.
there on the left.
Because you would see...
It's right there.
if you're a really good debunker, you'd know that straight away is false. Because you'd see the rest of the ship down here. You'd see more windows. And you got to imagine that he was aiming this camera out to sea in that direction, but he wasn't. You could see in the video, in some of the videos when he was filming it, he was aiming it at the sky. He wasn't aiming at the sky, sea at all. He was even aiming it at a plane that was flying past. Clearly, it was a plane. It kind of looked like UFO-y, you know, like the dot in the sky sort of scenario. And he was zooming in and showing, oh, that's what it is, showing this camera edge, lying bugger, and so he wasn't aiming at the sea. So you know, if you looked at all the information, and also was actually a keen eye on all this stuff, you'd know that wasn't a ship. And you can see here that it's not always the same as well on the camera, right? That should have people wondering why does the square bit move and where the aliens are seen, and why is there an extra square bit here this time? Because he's probably unscrewed the lens and re-screwed it on, and it's slightly off to what he had set before, right?
Even see the under part right there. It looks very similar to this. And it's probably not the same exact boat, but doesn't it make sense?
No.
It does, right?
So this is how you can tell a good researcher debunker versus one that's just
probably a
winging
side
it.
view. You know, certain windows had lights on, or however the boat was set up. That's why.
See, the problem
The
problem they did here was they're trying to match all the red lights being a ship with the internal camera alien thing, and not realizing there were two separate things. And that's where a lot of the debunkers went wrong. And he's saying that's why they're fake debunkers. Yeah, he was agreeing with it, and then he changes his mind.
Because if that was a legitimate UFO sighting in Turkey, why is it that we don't see the UFO taking off or going underwater?
That's correct.
Yeah, well,
we don't see it leave, right? So a lot of red flags. Now, it was actually UFO proof. It looked on the map and found the wind farm that was over here somewhere. So it was being filmed over here, and across here was a wind farm, which sort of matched up with the red light theory quite well, actually, in Fata Morgana. I think someone even offered to buy the camera off the guy, his whole complete sets, and run it through a lot of tests, and he refused to sell it. So that again is a wee bit suspicious as well. Because I'm pretty sure someone would have worked it out straight away after that.
No, that's definitely a UFO, you think? I mean, they're using a camcorder, right? What are they, 8 miles?
Doesn't matter where it was
How
pointing.
far away were they from it?
As long as there was enough
I hope
light
they
getting
show us.
inside.
Okay, so I was about right. I said about 8 miles. It looks like it's about... Holy mackerel! You know how far away that is? It's probably 15 miles. What's 15 times 5? Huh? 750? So it's 75,000 feet. How far? 75? Good Lord!
Good lordy lordy.
In a camera? Like a regular point and shoot? Is that what we viewed the footage attempting to prove that a hoax? You're not going to see everything. Wait, hold on.
So there's
Big
the original.
deal.
There's the camera out the telephone.
It does
in
make a
front.
big difference, though. But anyway. There he is. That's the guy
Yep, Mr. Hoaxer.
with his 1992 camera.
So that's how Dr. Leir saw it, right? He's aiming it at the sky. So it can't be a boat. Poor Dr. Leir, he defended it as well. But again, he's no camera expert. Nor was I when I first saw it either.
On the internet,
I did a lot of research and a lot of study on it. Right?
there is a video from
All right. Well, I really don't know. I think this is a legit UFO, but if it isn't, then, you know. See, look. Now look.
Hey, Robert, how's it going?
More clear, and more clear. And when we centered on it, those are the shots that became
Like I
famous.
said, I haven't caught up in the side chat, so...
Were you astounded when you saw the video?
Here you go, look, you can see more of the notches. And they all got aliens in.
Oh yeah, you can hear us. The exclamations being made. It's up on YouTube. It's been up for some time, but you can hear the exclamations made.
Yeah, he goes on about bunkers being sloppy and all that. Somewhere there.
My eyes. And you see what this guy did? See this bottom part here? This is a debunker lying. And what if we could... That's worse than a hoaxer. Is a debunker that hoaxes. That makes things what they are to fit their narrative. Because he keeps this here as if that's part of the UFO. It's only this top part that's lit up. But he's making you think that this is part of the UFO by leaving it there. Watch. What a dick. That's a dick.
He's a Mr. Dick. It's hilarious. He really is hilarious, that guy. He certainly has a lot of money thrown at him, though. Okay, so who's with us still? Like I said, it's been a bit of a rant so far, hasn't it? But I don't care. Again, pretty soon, over here, sleep time is set for 30 minutes. Keep it up, you're awesome. Well, yeah, and I'm meant to be going on the radio show this week. I was meant to be broadcasting, but I still haven't heard anything, so maybe that'll boost some traffic my way, but there'll be a lot of haters. How dare you say Tyler is a hoaxer? I'm slowly getting into it. There's something I think I can help with in the future. I'm going to let you know. Okay. Robert, yeah, we have to get on together. You got to tell me the hours you're on so we can actually do a show. But last night I went to bed at 12:30 because I was really, really sick. I took those pills and sure enough, you could tell they were doing something to the system. Only way was me to go to bed and try and fall asleep, and hopefully the sickness I would forget about. But yeah, it's nothing worse than vomiting, as you know. So yeah, I woke up at various hours because it's very hard for me to sleep early nowadays. I woke up at 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10, eventually I did actually get up and start cooking things while I felt okay, and started eating while I felt okay. But yeah, being sick is not really good. And then I had all these achy joints and things, and of course these pills are meant to help with arthritis. And for me, it seemed to be doing something to my joints, and the joints were actually all hurting. And I thought, oh no, I could almost cry with the pain in all my joints. I could feel all the joints in my feet, toes. But yeah, if I could get off the pills again, I'd be happy. But my immune system, they're saying, is overactive and damaging my eyes. So I could lose my eyesight overnight and keep taking the pills, or not take the pills and lose my eyesight, and keep on with the pills and keep my eyesight, but feel crap most of the week. All the side effects. As far as I thought, BitChute does attract exactly those conspiracy minds. BitChute actually, from what I've seen, has more of the Reddit minds. They seem, that's why there's so few there. They can tell bullshit from a mile away. Reddit users. It's a brand new tube that seems to attract all the conspiracy minds. It's also UK based. And when I did my Flat Earth one, I had so many attacks on that. But I tried to answer it reasonably, I said, oh, here's the information on that, it seems that they seem to believe fake information that's fed to them. Our midnight may be better. So will you be around? Maybe I can do a show later. What is your midnight? Yours would be... So you'll be... what's the time there now? Early in the morning, isn't it? So let's see, yeah. No, I don't mind doing my midnight, yeah. So if you're around midnight, maybe we could do something. See how my energy level's going. Like I said, the pills are stuffing me up. I could do a late Sunday, maybe in midnight. Yeah, I'm pretty flexible on what day. It doesn't matter what day. 5 a.m, you should be in bed. Yeah. But you're probably like me. You probably go to bed and keep waking up. It's really annoying. And of course, with the lockdown, I've got worse and worse. I think a lot of people are suffering the same thing. And we're not out of level. We're back to level 2 tomorrow. So that means JD can even pop around after that point. JD's one of my long-term channel fans. It's actually a Kiwi that was in America, come back to New Zealand, found my channel, and then he moved to the South Island to meet up with me. He's originally from the South Island, but he was up in the North Island. Next stage was to look at have I got Nocturnal news here? There's quite a bit to go through, actually. How long we got? We've got a couple of hours. 1, 2, maybe. Where's the link to him? It's funny how you can look at something and not see it. Let's see. There was something he said here, which he put up a video claiming that's what he filmed. And I just want to go over what not to do. So I'm not too sure when he filmed this. My UFO sighting over NASA this year. So he should know better how to document things. UFO sighting in NASA. But he's in Texas. Does he mean a roadway? Space Center, Houston. Is that where NASA is? I know they're meant to be in Florida, I thought. Where's Houston? No, I suppose Houston, isn't it? Texas. NASA locations. Does it give us a map? Johnson Space Sensor, Kennedy. Maps. Okay, you can see they're all over the place. They wouldn't be over there too, would they? Don't know what that is. All these places called NASA, natural. So American ones. That one, what's that one? Nazca lines, probably. No, I'm not too sure. Mexico, here we go. What's that one? Government, it says. NASA Road. Space Johnson Center. Is that what he said on his? Houston, right, Houston. They did do some testing out this way, remember? The Secureteam location was where they were doing the lunar landing testing. And there's Texas. It doesn't say Houston there. Is it Houston? Where does it disappear to? Yep, there you go. Must be there then. Houston. So we know where he is now. And you got, I thought there was some in Florida down this way. Maybe it's not called NASA. I thought there was some other ones down here. I can't remember what they're called now. Space Center. The Space Center. I thought there was another one down here somewhere. But anyway, let's just play what he's got here.
That flew right past it, and then maybe a helicopter right there. I don't know what is going on. Now it's like another triangle.
Yeah, so first thing you get on your phone out, if you got like lights that's sort of there for ages, is to bring out the apps, right? Straight away you bring out the Flight Radar 24, aim it in that location, and see if there's any planes or anything that's sort of got a call sign in that location. That would give you an idea. Also bring out Heavens Above, and that would tell you if there's any rocket launches, space stations, satellites passing by. But the problem is there's a lot of stars in the sky that actually do form perfect triangles. We've been caught out on it before. They're everywhere, right? Okay, Robert, catch you later.
Really weird.
So it could be just planes in formation there.
What the hell is that over there? That is a perfect triangle. That is a perfect triangle.
So we weren't using the apps. I keep trying to ram into the apps. You know, you got for iPhone as well, which probably everybody's over in America is using iPhone instead of Android. So there's going to be a lot of sky apps for tracking things in the sky. I think there might be Heavens Above for it. Certainly is for Android. Heavens Above for mobile devices. Runs on any device with HTML5 capable browser. Heavens Above. It's quite a good app. You can just aim it at the sky and see through the camera at the same time. I don't know if he's got any demonstrations here or not. It's not a really friendly site. Want the mobile apps? There you go, Play Store. So, has he got one where it's aiming at the sky? And it overlays the stars, planets, and you can see the stars through the camera on the back, and it just overlays it. There's also other apps that do the same thing. You don't have to use that one. Closed it down now. You could just put trackers for smartphone. Space, see what comes up. Someone's probably got a list of them. There's probably better ones out there now, probably. Bluetooth trackers. I want space. Phone usage, no. Best mobile apps for spotting and identifying. Here we go, orbiting. So what ones are they saying here? Let's have a look. What's that one called? Orbit Track app for iOS. So that one. So you just have to install and play around with them. I guess this one overlays the camera as well. It's got a lot of information there. Weather, wind speed. What else we got? Sky view, fastest way to identify passing satellites. And it gives you a horizon. Ground view. Is it overlaying with the camera though? International Space Detector for Android. So you want an app that does everything, not just one thing, but sometimes some apps are better than others, right? And then you got one for planes, and there's quite a few of those popping up now. Trackers, smartphone, planes. And there you go. Flight stats, flight aware, flight radar 24, flight view, plane finder, flight arrivals, Google. And yeah, they'll just get better and better. What we want is one with radar data, but of course a lot of that's probably classified with UFOs. So what is he seeing here? Well, unless we know which direction he's looking, we sort of have a rough idea. The date and time. We could plug it into the apps for offline playback, and it will tell us.
What is going on over there? That is a...
Now he won't mind me playing this because he gets free plug to his channel for it, but I'm just saying this is really bad in the way it's presented because it doesn't tell people how to find the answer. So it looks like 3 lights here, you know, but that's obviously buildings, right? So he's looking at these really faint things you can't really see too well. It looks like power lines or something coming up here, and there's a power pole. But yeah, you can see how bad smartphones are. They're just no good for this sort of stuff.
And why was it a perfect triangle?
Hey Dan, how's it going? No school today?
We have
Alright.
1,
He wanted you to get you off
2,
the
3,
web, did he?
then 4.
So yeah, what he's saying is dots in the sky gang without plugging it through all the apps and stuff. We won't really know what it is. And it's better to do it there and then because it's free. You get 7 days playback only when it's offline. But at the time, you can screen record the phone. A lot of phones allow you to capture the screen, so then you can bring up the app and record it and then put it together all at home, saying, well, this is what was in the sky up to 200 kilometers away, and there was no planes in that direction. That's how you document it properly, right? So I just wanted to bring that one up. You know, but yeah, I don't know what it is. Could be just planes, and just so far away you don't see the blinking lights, that's all. And because it's near NASA, doesn't mean a thing. It could be military planes even. So that's the problem, because military planes can turn off their call sign, they won't appear on the app, which is really annoying. So it makes it really hard for UFO spotting, because if you've got a lot of military planes in the sky, they don't always turn it off though. But yeah, it could be that they drop a few flares even, and if they burn for 5 minutes and then the light disappears, then you know the flare drops on parachutes. So yeah. So let's move on to the next guy. Secureteam. He's put out something new, and we can go through that together now. Same in New Zealand here, and they go back to school, I think. Not tomorrow though. Oh, it might be. Let's see. Is it midnight tonight or midnight tomorrow? That could be tomorrow, yeah. All this, oh, that's very loud, isn't it? Just turn that down a bit. It won't be just in my headset though. That sounds alright, I think. Yeah, let's see what he's got to say.
Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam, finally back after 10 days? As I posted in my most recent update video, I broke my laptop, finally got this one in the mail after it was lost, a beautiful ROG Strix desktop, and this thing is a beast, man. Almost had to sell my car just to buy it, thank God.
Sell his car. You know, this guy's really good at lying. He makes probably he's making 20 grand. 20 grand a month now. He was making lots more before all the mess up, but yeah, sell his car. Bullshit.
For business tax deductions, that's all I can say. But we have a very interesting video today, and so before we start, let's go ahead and view some easy UFO footage real fast that maybe some of us can debunk.
He doesn't want to debunk it because it's bad for business.
What the f is that, bro?
So looks like a smoky thing, doesn't it? Looks like one of those Adobe After Effects, as they call it, where they use the smoky creature thing. You can see it's out of focus. So, is it some sort of editing trick straight away?
It's an alien, bro. Bro, this one going to shit, bro. What the fuck is that, bro? This is a real video,
Okay,
but I don't know what
that
the
sound
fuck
like
it is.
fireworks then, rather than just the wind and the mic. What do you think? You probably have to wear a headset to hear it. So how long was the clip? It only looked like a few seconds.
Bro, this bro going to shit, bro. What the fuck is that?
Is that smoke from firecrackers?
This is a real video, but I don't know what the fuck that is.
Okay, so
It only looked like it was like 5 seconds long there, didn't it?
very strange. The uploader of this video titled it Shapeshifting UFO Sighted Over Chicago, Illinois, August 26th. And it definitely looks like it's shapeshifting of some kind.
Yeah, but it doesn't last long. It doesn't. We don't see where it disappears
And when I saw it, it automatically reminded me of a short video I posted while I was on vacation at the beach of someone flying a kite of what looked like a squid of some sort blowing in the wind. And I said, hey guys, here's some UFO footage for you if I have nothing else to bring back. And it kind of looks like that, but as you compare the two, whatever this thing is above Chicago...
don't think it's a kite. Let's do a frame by frame. Definitely looks like smoke rather than tails of the kite. But you can see the guys moving all over the damn place. Are the trees changing? They are, like slightly. That almost looks like firecrackers going off. But why don't we see the flashes? Looks like a smoke thing. It could be Adobe After Effects. See, that almost looks like streaks from a firecrackers, you know. And it's so windy and it's breaking up. And it disappears, does it? Is that where it disappears? Yeah. So it can't be a kite, can it? It disappears into a whiff of smoke. So it could be CGI. And then... does he repeat it again? I think he's repeating it again. So... could be a firecracker that was slid off and he's cut the front bit off where the explosion happens. And the canister has fallen down. Or something similar to that. So all the smoke's just breaking up with the wind. Looks like it's going downwards with gravity there. And this direction with the wind. That's my best guess on that one. Yeah. Could be some sort of smoke canister. Do you get those sort of things though? I suppose you would. If you put that on a rocket, then it slowly comes down. And if it's a parachute within the sort of cloud and you don't see the parachute, black smoke canisters, I suppose you'd use it for military or cops or something like that. It's black smoke canister. I don't know if you can get it or not. Black smoke bombs. Knowledge. Black smoke grenades. Black smoke grenade. Red apple fireworks. What's that about? So it could be some sort of demonstration. So we don't know the location, time and all that sort of business, do we? There we go. $291 for how many? You saved $12. How many do you get? 120 of them. So we need to see a demonstration of it then. It's not a drink or something, is it? Like an energy drink. Provides up to 7,200 seconds of performance time. Okay, so we need to find a video of that, I suppose. See if it looks similar. Could be the same thing. Looks like it, doesn't it? So, if you manage to throw that up in the air. And bingo. So, if you strapped one of those onto a drone, which we're not seeing, that's how you could do it. You can see he's got interlacing here. See those lines going through? He hasn't de-interlaced it before uploading it to YouTube. Interlacing's like an old technology now. I'm not even sure why they'd be even using interlace. Smoke grenade. Smoke bomb. Got to be careful what we use though, because we get copyright claim on us otherwise. Assault smoke. So it's used by cops then. Okay. I think we're looking at something like that. Strapped to a drone or something that we're not seeing. Maybe they've got a couple of them actually. That would explain it.
Just a spider-like object to something with straight legs, sort of sitting there like a.
So he's just talking garbage where I'm trying to actually solve it. A spider just sitting there in a web.
Frog.
No.
I just don't know. If it is a kite, it's very elaborate. It's nothing like I saw at the.
Drone with smoke canisters, good one. Okay, let's move on.
Upcoming documentary. It won't be out until Christmas, but it's called Secret Space UFOs Rise of the TR-3B. And Darcy actually flew out to Ohio a couple of weekends ago from Mexico. We filmed some shots for the film, and he asked me a favor. And so he wanted me to tell you guys that if you had the time, there's two things that he needs. Or
okay, so they're after 3D artists. Wouldn't even want to deal with these guys because they're disinformation. Okay, we got Darren N. Hello, how's it going? So yeah, we're just breaking down the videos here. We're looking for the truth amongst the noise. Keep quiet. He's such an actor.
It's the black triangle. Something like the footage that you're seeing here, the stock footage.
And they should team up with Third Phase then. They're good at doing the CGI stuff.
3D animator, and maybe some samples of your portfolio or footage.
So trying to get people involved in their movie projects. So what do we got next?
As we can get, because we're planning on making a Grand Slam documentary here.
Okay, that was a fake that Tom DeLonge put up, wasn't it? It was from the German brothers, which were CGI artists that sort of come clean after a while.
So, 3D animators and TR-3B UFO sighting footage. Send it over to the email address below. And so now let's...
So they're after probably some cheapy effects there. Because if they paid a professional to do it, it'd probably cost them lots and lots of thousands of dollars, right?
Let's get back to some more mysterious UFO footage.
looks like a UFO for sure. What pathetic filming. What are we even looking at? So the guy hasn't even panned around, zoomed out, so give us an idea where we're looking. It's just a black screen with no stars. Looks like it could be some trees in the background there. We'd have to take a screen snap. It looks like a reflection in a window there, you know. Now let's just grab a screen straight away and analyze it. Man, I really hate this stuff that they put up. All the other good stuff out there, and people like watching this garbage. Okay. And this is where the CPU is going to plug on my poor little MSI laptop here. Alright, so let's bring it up to scale first. Okay, let's see what we can see with some filters. Okay, so is he filming through a window? So you got some strange lines happening here, right? So what's all this here? This looks like it could be regular blobs of light. Could be stars. But yeah, kind of looks a bit suspect now, doesn't it? Some sort of glass window. Could be reflections. What else can we do with it? If the CPU lets us. So yeah, what's this down here? So this see what the rest of the video is going to end up being. I think we saw a tree there, but you can't see those lines, right?
Okay, so this footage of this very strange purplish worm type object moving ever so slowly through the sky was uploaded to a YouTube channel by the name of GameVet02, which you're seeing here. And from the looks of his channel, he posts videos of space, and it almost looks like he's using an infrared or night vision camera, much like the Aurora Pro night vision camera.
Okay, so that looks like stars. Okay, let's grab that one, see if it looks a wee bit different. It sounded like he was picking up the camera and it dropped onto a table, which kind of sounds like it's actually inside the house. Remember the echo effect? Sounded like an empty room, you know, like maybe a kitchen or something like that, and you dropped it onto the table and you can hear the echo. You gotta look for little signatures like that, and so that to me means he's probably inside the window. And that light could be just a strip light reflecting off the ceiling. So this one here might be an outside shot with the camera, just to give it some legitness. Let's see if there's any funny lines. So this is part of the start of the investigation. So that could be like one of those LED strip lights on the ceiling that you have in the kitchen. So could that be upside down? So could that be the ceiling? And it's sort of reflecting down this way, the ceiling. We'll keep thinking about it. Something's not right, what we've been told. And where does it disappear to? You know, another red flag. It's always the same type of these videos. Just garbage. Resize. There we go. Okay, this one looks like it's outside, but we'll find out. There's those lines again though. But he may have turned the strip light off. See how much darker it is? We're using the same filter as last time. So we're comparing it to that one with the light on. Seems more illuminated there, and that's where the light's turned off. So yeah, how they're doing it. Reflection of the ceiling lights onto the glass. That's my gut feeling. And we keep looking.
Which I recently purchased. And so he was, checking out the night sky when he caught this here. And I am at a loss for words. I have no idea what this object could be. I do know that in infrared, or at least with the Aurora Pro, when you're looking at things in the infrared, it tends to change things to a pink color, where trees will be white, the sky...
Okay, so night vision is not infrared. Remember, Tyler doesn't know anything about cameras. That's quite funny because he runs the biggest UFO channel. Aurora Pro is night vision, isn't it? Nothing to do with infrared. It enhances really low light. And you can adjust the dial on them so they don't overexpose so much. So when he's got that picture here, we can't see the stars, right? Because he's probably turned it down. And here we can see the stars because he's probably got it on the normal setting, but the light's turned off. So Aurora Pro, was it? Pro camera. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Color night vision. So color night vision, as you know, has nothing to do with infrared. And this is why this guy's a joke. And people haven't picked him up on it. And what's color night vision do? It amplifies normal light, the color visions, and that's what they've got. 1400. Must be good to have stacks of money where you can buy all these just to have a bit of fun with. But anyway, obviously you hook up the camera. Does it record it straight to a film? Or is this one you have to hook a smartphone on the back of it? Some do, some don't. Moonless starlight. There you go. So it just amplifies ambient light in the surrounding. Nothing to do with infrared. Okay, and it doesn't change the colours at all. It's probably got some filters in it to bring out stuff. Let's see. Enhance filters or something. It's probably got some sort of firmware in it. Let's see. Waterproof. This needs to be sandproof. Night scene mode is almost useful. The problem is they're still not super good, you know. They still get overexposed. Only does 720 still, not 1080. Ultra low light CMOS sensor. CMOS sensors we know have artifacts, especially when you're moving it. It has rolling shutters still. 3 shooting modes, night, twilight and day. So it's got different irises where the light is smaller and bigger. Can do up to 60 frames a second. And it's IP67, which means it's water resistant, not waterproof. So you can't throw it in the water, but it can handle rain dropping on it. Actually, here it goes, sensitive to both visible and infrared. Okay, so I stand corrected. So they're adding in the infrared spectrum, some of the infrared spectrum to this camera. And probably run it through filters that makes it visible, right? So it probably gives it a. They're probably choosing a red color. So just where we checked up on that, whether they were adding infrared. Normal night vision does not add in infrared. Okay, so that's nighttime versus what the camera sees of it. Let's have a quick look. Which one's the camera? It's got to be this one. So we're not seeing anything great with this footage that we're looking at the moment like that, are we? That's just pretty amazing. Now, if we had a UFO that close, we'd be in business. If we had that for security cameras around the house and stuff, that'd be amazing. So how much of the red infrared does it add in though, is the question. So that could be how they're doing it. So this might actually be infrared pen. So now we've looked up the specs on that. You can get infrared pen. And they can shine a little beam of light. Infrared pen. Normally you do it with an infrared camera. Same camera. not a night vision camera. But the night vision camera has, as they said, they added in some infrared spectrum. So that's kind of a wee bit sneaky. It's not a true night vision camera then. Have we got a video is what we're looking for. So we can show you what the infrared pens look like on camera. But you've seen them on various videos where they aim at bats in the sky, and you see the laser pointer puts a little beam up and the bat changes direction and they're saying it's a UFO. Easy infrared. Have we got images maybe? So yeah, could be. And there's also illuminators, infrared illuminators. There we go. Now this is true infrared rather than night vision, and it's pretty bad. That's what you call active infrared. So what it does is it sends out infrared light from LEDs and it bounces off things and it gives you a black and white image. And the more things that reflect back some of the light to the camera are the more visible ones. Normally, generally things that are closer, like trees or like that one. So you can tell that tree there is probably closer than those ones at the back there because it's reflecting more of the light. But you can see they have these row of LEDs that they have on security buildings and lampposts, and they just illuminate the whole yard like this here, which goes back to the cameras. So you can see a person standing in the trees there at the back there. See that there? So that's what you call reflective infrared, not colour night vision, which has normally not got an infrared in it at all, but this Aurora camera obviously includes a wee bit of the infrared. And it's probably why it costs so much. It's not just colour enhancing normal light, but it's enhancing some of the infrared too. Normally just get crappy pictures like that, right? And if they get too close to the illuminators, they get washed out and you can't see the face details at all. So yeah, it's like a bunch of LEDs like that. And that does emit infrared light, what you don't see with the eyes, but the cameras see it. So is the guy using something like that? Just need a strip of these and just film it with the camera. So it's possible.
Sky or things in the sky will be pink and so forth. And so we have this strange object slowly moving through space. We can see the stars in the background. I don't see any lights.
Yeah, that's very suspicious, isn't it? Because he's obviously adjusted it. So you don't see the stars. Normally the stars pop out, right? So something's not right with this video. That's what I'm saying. Illuminator strip. Try strip light. Let's see if they come up. So here you go. Here's a strip. But you get all sorts of colours, but pretty sure you get it with infrared as well, like that, you know. And you can just mount it around the edge of the building. So you got to keep an eye on technology and changes. and that's why you need to know the spec of the cameras they're using, because so if he's using that special camera infrared, we can see now how it can be faked.
Airplane lights or anything like that blinking on this thing, no FAA lights, and it looks like a
It's just
cigar.
too black,
your
too
typical...
black. You saw the quality of the image of the night vision camera that we just saw. You could see the clouds, you could see stars, you can see the boat lights. Here, just looks like a strip of LED lights or infrared lights, one or the other. And it's got a almost a purple outside rather than a red one. So yeah, again, it could be part of the filtering of that camera.
Cigar. How many videos have I done on these massive cigar-shaped objects captured not only on Earth but out in space? Telescope.
And we debunked every single one of them, you critter. His cigar ones are always long exposure, like planes flying overhead, and it's this a single light on the front this makes a big streak on the footage because this lens is open and the sensor's getting lit up. The other ones with stargazers. Also, we're getting satellites on long exposure, that sort of stuff, cigar shape. You can see this one's more solid though, so this one looks to me that it's a collection of very close LEDs. If that was long exposure, you'd see it sort of would have like segments in it. He's not going to bring up some examples that he had.
Scope footage and more. So tell me what you think about this. Very, very strange. And thanks to GameVet02 for posting it. Hope he finds more.
I think.
Now on to this video of what was called a strange rotating cloud that was sighted over Monroe, Louisiana. Check this out.
Yeah, so this is something else I'm going to have to talk about. Yeah, what you saying on the side? Looks like we're going to have to sneeze. I reckon someone's mowing the lawn around here somewhere. Hay fever season. So I'll just catch up. I went Agate collecting today at North Bend River and found some carnelian agate. It was really fun. I didn't see any UFOs. What's agate? Went agate collecting. Agate, never heard of it. You go mushroom hunting. Is that what you mean? And now I'm going to look up this route. Algae collecting. A scientist. Agate, a common rock. Okay. Oh, there you go. Quartz, primarily components consistent of wide variety of colours. Have we got a picture of it? Alright, there we go. That's nice, pretty, isn't it? Yes, looks like you have to drill them, cut them in half, polish them and sell them. There'll be all sorts of strange stones like that in New Zealand, I'd say. We got a lot of quartz, that's for sure. Yeah, unless you can make money out of it. I suppose there's not much you can do with that, is it? Apart from decorate the wall, or use it like paint and actually make paintings out of it. That's probably what I would do. Make a big alien head and find black ones and grey ones and stuff, and make a little picture, glue them on. Someone's done it with hearts, heart shape, yeah. Yeah, we got sidetracked there for a minute on stone collecting. That's a rock. Thanks. Going off topic. Yeah, well, we always learn something new, and I've never heard of an Agate. Arrogate. Is it arrogate? They call it here, arrogate. I thought that was a mix. Arrogate. Yeah, no. Sort of outside my field of expertise there. Yeah, so we got this cloud here, and they're saying it's abnormal. So let's just go through it. Okay. South America. Red flag. And do we see to the end? No, it seems to repeat very quickly, doesn't it? Is that the full video? No, it's not the full video, I don't think. So what do you reckon it is? Fake?
Okay, on this one, I'm totally stumped. What do you guys think? CGI, a kite, swamp gas reflecting off of Venus? I have no idea. It's an extremely short clip. It looks like a cloud or something that looks like a cloud rotating, spinning. I have no idea. So,
okay, so it can be a few things. One, it could be what you call a helium bubble cloud, which is made from foam and helium. And you can use stencils. We've seen it on UFO Interest before. We're in Philippines, they sort of had these molds of dolphins and stuff, and they'll blow up all these soapy bubbles, and it forms a shape, and then it just lifts off. And then you can actually set it on fire, and it goes boom, because it's got trapped bubbles of helium in. Hydrogen. You could do it with helium too, I guess, so it doesn't explode. And you could probably do it with other gases as well. Just make a little bubble thing. So it could be that someone's released from their backyard, has a bit of fun. Bubble cloud or whatever it's called. Bubble cloud apps on Google. So it could even be fake. Let's have a look. Does not look it's a fake. It looks like some sort of game. Bubble cloud, spinning bubbles. It could be a add-in, but I don't know. And they look like games. So that could be the second option. It could be like artificially generated clouds that you just add into any video you want as well. Foam clouds. I suppose that could be another name for it. Foam clouds shaped like animals. There you go. And that's how you do it, right? I'll just skim it. And there it goes. Looks a bit like what we saw in the video. So obviously you can make them bigger and bigger. And just cut it off and away they go. And if you set it on fire, does it say what they're using for gas? Eco-friendly foam. Obviously it's something you can buy. See more from Smiles Cloud USA. So someone's bought one of these and letting it off, and it's making all those Jamie Mason fans all excited. Okay, we saw that. $60 banner, gas mixers. Looks like they do all sorts of things. Is that what they call elephant toothpaste as well? Where you can sort of mix it together and it can create these big foam stuff that floats away. What else they got here? Small clouds USA floating. So that looks like kits as well. Yeah, we've seen that already. Here we go. There you go, it looks a bit like what we just saw, doesn't it? So, signature. Looks very similar. Can move around a bit, can't it? With the air currents. And you notice it was near the beach, and as we know, the air currents are really crazy near the beach. Still, we don't know what gas it's using. But I think you can use quite a few different gases, obviously. So they call them foam clouds, not bubble clouds. So foam cloud is probably the correct term then. Foam cloud gases. Or try gas. Helium. Okay, they're using helium. How to make foam cloud with gas canister. But I don't see why you couldn't use other gases, as long as they're lighter, right? Fake clouds begin in a huge hit. Yep, we're starting to see it on third phase as well as Secureteam. Helium clouds. Yeah, so they've been around for a wee while. So is that what we're seeing?
Jury's out on this one. Tell me what you think. Over at Louisiana and Strange. Okay, on this one, I'm totally stumped. What do you guys think?
Okay, does it look like an animal at all? Could it be an animal that's sort of deformed a bit? Dolphin, maybe? Tyler's stumped. He didn't even try to solve it, did he? Lazy. Lazy.
Te hubieras ido por ahí para que lo tomáramos, ¿no? Para que viéramos exactamente qué es.
It still looks like a foam cloud to me. It looks like it might have been trying to make a dolphin or something. See, it looks like the face of a fish here and a fin. But I could be wrong. So that's my best guess, but as you know, there's clouds that actually do that too. Clouds that rotate naturally. So it looks like it's too low down though for my liking there. Clouds rotating. I don't think it's a cloud rotating, but yeah, tornado. Need to know the name of it. Is it Clumb something or other? They got a certain name for them. Where you get these little clouds that sort of break off and rotate around. You got school? Okay, see you later. Let's see, how long have I got? It's not long, probably. I can go for another hour. We got a lot more to cover, actually. What was it called? Precipitation cloud, nope. Cap clouds, which are drone shape formations, that's what we're looking at. Sometimes seen hovering over tops of mountain UFO shaped linear clouds. Swirl, roll, and rotor clouds. Maybe rotor. Okay. Swirl and spin clouds seen from space. We want to see it from ground. Well, that's pretty interesting. Clouds, lowering and rotating. Well, that's obviously going to be a tornado. Rotation. What are wall clouds? Okay, but rotating wall clouds can be a clear indication of a rotating mesocyclone. Looks like a UFO mothership. Structure of a supercell. That one looks pretty scary. That looks like from a movie, doesn't it? That's not what I was looking for, though. You need the right search keyword, I suppose. Rotator cloud. Rotator cloud. I just can't remember what the name of them are. Here can be some. Gravity waves. Yeah, it kind of looks similar to what they're filming. I need some videos of them. But I think I'm probably right with the foam cloud, though. I probably need a video of a small one. Small. And one video. Small rotator clouds. Okay, let's have a look. Still images, that's no good. Gotta be something better than that. Oh, here we go. Not really moving fast enough for my liking. There you go, that one. Could they be? That looks similar to what they were filming. What do you reckon? Not moving fast enough again, compared to those foam ones, right? So I think the foam is the best answer here. But rotator clouds is a thing. Generally it's around mountains, though, I notice here. Or near mountains. And that doesn't fit the video, right? So, foam cloud, best fit there. Let's move on.
Te hubieras ido por ahí para que lo tomaran, ¿no? para que viéramos exactamente qué es.
Okay, on this one, I'm totally.
Okay, what's this one? Isn't that Mexican hot air balloon? We've covered it before. Can we see something hanging down?
A weird looking thing.
Is this in Mexico?
Looks like a stingray type thing.
Does it sound Mexican? What happened there? Terrible
Okay,
filming.
so like show you here have some definite similarities.
That there looks like a solid balloon. Then what happened at the end?
A weird looking thing. Looks like a stingray type thing.
Then it seems to go crazy. Is it because it's going to a cloud? Cloud cover? It could be. It's really weird. Looks like he might be filming it through a window.
Okay, so like you guys just heard, the person who was recording this said it looked sort of like a stingray looking object type shape, and this was recorded over England on August 16th, and I have to say, it definitely...
Okay, so he's told these locations before, hasn't he? And it turned out to be incorrect. That's because he was making a fake. Remember the CERN one? He and the original photo were the only two that we found in reverse search that time. And he was making it into saying it was related to CERN, which was nothing to do with it. So yeah, could it be a solar balloon then? Let's have a look. I thought I saw something hanging down, but it might be just a bit of where they seal it. So is it a solar? Let's see, solar pyramid balloon. Where it's made out of black rubbish bags, pretty much. So let's have a look. Got the tube one. Tube UFO type ones. Yeah. I just have to put solar balloon in and see what shapes come up. So we've got a three-sided one, and you can see here it has got something at the bottom there that seals it. You can see it's made from rubbish bags. So is that what we're looking at? That particular one? Could well be, couldn't it? And that's why it's deforming and going into cloud cover here. Looks like it's quite way up. One, two, we can only see two sides. So is it actually a three-sided one? Looks very similar, doesn't it, to that one? And that's got a payload on it. You can see that's deforming as well. So that's probably my best guess on this one. Went from a hot air balloon to a solar balloon.
No. A weird weird looking thing. Looks like a lot of stingray type thing.
And of course you get those in UK. People make them from rubbish bags, just for a bit of fun. And they just have to put hot air onto them from a hairdryer to get them going.
Okay, so like you guys
and
just
the
heard,
sun heats it up from there on, keeps it going.
the person who was recording this said it looked sort of like a stingray-looking object type shape, and this was recorded over England on August 16th. And I have to say, it definitely has a triangular shape to it. It looks to be sort of sitting there in the sky before finally disappearing or vanishing, or maybe being covered over by the dense, thick fog over in England, land of the fog, as I like to call it. And it just disappears into the mist. And here I'm just showing you some.
So he's used these type videos before. He knows damn well it's solar balloon. What have we got now? So let's have a quick look. I can hear a plane or car in the background. Looks kind of strange. Come on. Get in, focus. So what are you ringing on that one? Gang, it kind of looks balloon-like, doesn't it? Another deformed solar balloon, maybe? Now look at the way it's sort of oscillating as it's going upwards like a balloon. It's drifting air current. Again, it looks like a solar tube balloon that's sort of crumpled in. Yeah, I guess we don't see where it disappears to, right? Well, it just disappears into the cloud cover. Let's keep on going.
Okay, so yet again, another silent, still, black, triangular-shaped UFO sitting in the sky. A much longer video, thank God. And so, very similar to the previous clip. And in this close-up here, I mean, this thing has some shape to it. It looks similar to one of the craft we would build using all of this stealth technology that we have. But nonetheless, something is sitting in the sky here. This was captured.
Come on,
and I
say
know
it's
I'm
a
gonna
balloon,
probably
man.
butcher
Come
this.
on.
It was captured over Les Monolith, France. So I know I butchered it. I know I did. But nonetheless, it was captured above France. That's the point. So if you were in France and you saw this object, keep your eyes to the skies. And if you capture footage, send it over to me, guys. And so lastly today, I want to talk to you guys, and you may have seen this already. I know I'm playing catch up. It's been 10 days, but hey, I had no computer. But recently,
New Zealand.
you're going to like this. I love the way that these space companies, public or private, they love to drip feed or sort of name things that they are sending up out into space after UFO incidents or objects or legends, sort of as a little aha to your face. You know what I mean? And so recently, a quote-unquote weather satellite that they so strangely named Monolith was launched up into space. And so here you're seeing the first article here from the Gisborne Herald. It says Monolith satellite on launch pad. Now, once again, this is a classified quote-unquote weather satellite, but we'll go ahead and read some of it. It says, quote, Rocket Lab has successfully launched a payload for the U.S. Space Force, the private space company announced today. The mission, which is called, quote, It's a Little Chilly Up Here, sent a demonstration satellite called Monolith to space for the U.S. government. Unlike the company's May launch, this one happened without incident. On July 29th, Rocket Lab...
it's not top secret if we got a picture of it and it's in an article, is it? You see, straight away there's a conflict. What's top secret is how it operates, obviously, not that it was launched. Why would it be top secret though? Maybe it's got some special camera software where it can actually zoom down and actually be a spy satellite as well.
to low Earth orbit.
So what's he trying to say now?
Some reason. Just like they said, the Roswell wreckage was nothing but a weather balloon. So if something crashes on Earth, it's a weather balloon. But if they send something up into space that is classified, well, it's just a weather satellite. And it was just very strange to me that they named this one Monolith. After all, probably one of the most, if not one of the top 5 topics that I've made the most amount of videos.
So what's monolith mean? Is it so mysterious? Monolith.
Monolith.
A large single upright block of stones, especially one shaped into or serving as a pillar or monument. So that's what it means. This means a pillar. And if you have a look at the rocket, it kind of looks like a pillar. Single rocket engine. Unlike if you look at all the other rockets out there, they always have little extra rockets around the outside, like SpaceX has. So yeah, it kind of looks like a pillar, doesn't it? A monolith. It seems pretty obvious. But no, he's turned it into a big conspiracy.
Goes on this channel in the past 10 years has been about these very mysterious.
So we've been on these before, and this is the black and white are not actually shadows. What's going on? Damn it!
Welcome to Tucker Carlson. Tonight
looks like
what are, in my opinion, alien.
My magnifier screwed up again. Hang on, let me just close that down. Tucker. Reset. We only got one with us now. One person. So we talked about the black blocks of data missing and the white blocks missing, where one's got complete missing data and the white blocks have actually got just the color information missing. So here you can actually see, if you look carefully, you can actually see the shape of the craters that's meant to be there, but the color information has been lost. And here is a complete missing chunk of data where the satellites passed over it going this direction. Now, the shadow looks too long and in the wrong direction, but we talked about if it's on a hill that the slope of the shadow can be different to other locations on the map. But here we've actually got other things on the same slope here. And you can see Maybe the angle's slightly different. Bit hard to tell in this case. But yeah, you can see, if you look carefully, you can see the edge of that crater there through that whiteness here. And here, underneath the crater, it goes, you can see the edge of the crater of this one here. And here might be a dark bit, and the rest of it is missing data. So some of it is shadow, and some of it's missing data. Because you can see here it's slightly grayer than pure black. But yeah, this is just missing data, completely missing data. Where something happened. But what else you got?
Until someone shows me otherwise, alien-looking monoliths found on other planets. Now, what is a monolith? Well, it's a square or a rectangular-like structure that stands up tall from...
That's not what it said on the meaning up there. It said it was an upright slab of stone and a pillar. They can be any shape. It doesn't have to be square.
From the ground. If you've seen the movie 2001 A Space Odyssey, you'll remember where they discover all of them that have been found in our solar system, monolith type structures.
Okay, here's another one. So the white one will be missing color information, and the black one will be completely missing information, and some of it will be shadow as well, because it can be very difficult to see. You can see how out of focus it is here too. Yeah, it's high up. You can see how pixelated it is. So you can start to see some shapes there. Looks like there's a little crater that goes around. If you look carefully into the whiteness there, you can see there is some sort of edge to it. Where the craters are. Yeah, it's just the colour information's been lost. You can see some real shadows there, and this one here again looks like some missing data. Because it's made up of multiple images, right? And it's all sort of stitched together. So is he saying this is the rocket launch from New Zealand on Mars or the moon?
You're seeing satellite images of those structures here. Now, this one here takes the shape of more of a square type statue that is rising up years. This object being tall up above Mars, and maybe one day get a shot like the one you're seeing here, which is just a mock-up, of course. This is not a real image of a, and very sharp force of another one of these objects.
So missing data again. And bit of blockiness there. So we got a wee bit of the terrain at the bottom of it showing, probably some shadow, and then the rest of it was blocked out through some transmission error. So when it takes the photograph, it can only store it in memory for a certain time, and it has to transmit it out before it fills up, a circular buffer sort of thing. So if that's a pillar, why can't we see the shadow of it, right? And there should be also a shadow of it. And it looks like the shadow is going downwards, so it should be going this way. See, the shadow's at the top, so that means the sun is above here. That edge of that crater is making it dark, and it's illuminating the edge of the crater coming this way. So yeah, it doesn't sort of match, does it? It's just
found on the planet Mercury.
It's just disinformation from Secureteam again.
Fury this time. And like the other Mars image, in this satellite image you're looking at here, we are looking directly down at the top of this rectangular shaped object. And this thing looks to be massively
Stephen,
tall,
how's it
because
going?
you can see the shadow of the object being cast on the ground.
My
so
point
imagine
is,
you have this very tall
not too sure
rectangular
what you mean.
slab of concrete or metal or what have you, and you're looking straight down from the top, as we are in this.
Any solar radiation can interfere with the radio transmission back to Earth while the satellite's passing overhead. So that's why you get these missing blocks. Just go to Google Earth, you'll see these blocks everywhere, at different levels as well. The satellites take it down to a certain level, and they add it from all the years of photographs they've got to try and complete a map. Even some of it's really blurry, some of it's really HD, where they've prepared landing sites. We've been through it all before. That's my point. This is all misinformation, trying to compare a rocket called Monolith to some missing data here that he's managed to match, right? So yeah, we went through all that and it was painful. And lastly, we need to do third phase, and then we'll wrap up. And they can pump it out faster than he can for some reason. So it looks like they might have the same solar tube balloon, is it? To what he had. So this might be a quick one. So they've only put up one new video since we've last looked.
Some kind of a large pyramid seen over South America, including
Okay, South America. So Tyler's one was UK, apparently.
NASA capturing something that can't be explained, so buckle up everybody. Let's get to it right now. Let's take a quick visit to the red planet. Take a look at this.
So we bunked that one last week, was it? It's a piece of heat shield that is dropped from the rover, and they've come across the debris field here, and the long stripy bit is actually due to too much light coming back at the camera, because they're using CCD, I think it was. It's called smearing, where it creates a crazy shape to it. So just recap that one. CCD smearing, it's called. That's where you get really bright white lights. CMOS chips have other errors. Let's see, images. Okay, and of course you get it on Soho pictures, you know, where they got it aimed at the sun, and you get these lines, vertical lines smearing, vertical smear, and there's an example there. So the way the technology works is that it gets overcharged, and so it bleeds into the next photo cell, and so on and so on. Then within microseconds, right? And then it processes the whole image, and that's what you get. So that's CMOS, is it? CIS. Yeah, CMOS versus CCD. So CCD always have these vertical smears. Right, from bright lights. And that's what we're seeing here. When they zoom in. And that's why it looks strange. New music and new effects. They should know it's really cool smearing. They've been doing this a lot longer than I have. So you can see here the shield actually goes out to here. But some of it is actually exposed to the sun and more reflective, and of course that blinds the camera. And here's another one that's a wee bit stranger, but it shows more of the vertical smear. Okay, they got rid of it. Bring that one back.
Alright, so definitely this deserves our opinions, because this mysterious light, whatever it is, seems to have landed and skidded into its position, and we're looking at its glory, the full frame captured by the opportunity. And this is amazing quality that we're looking at, and in my opinion, this is not lens refraction of light. This is something there. You could see
lens refraction.
There is indication of some kind of debris that was brought up, whatever this.
Yes, it's a heat shield that bounced on the ground.
Object seems to have been the reason behind this skidding across the surface of the red planet. We're looking at it really close now, and it's incredible stuff. It is a strange light. Is it a spacecraft? Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Look at this thing. It seems to really reflect the light off whatever it is glimmering, and this kind of skid mark that we see here really indicates that it's there. What is this? It seems like NASA's trying to hide again things on Mars. This will probably be scrubbed.
No, we looked at that last time. They listed it as debris.
No time soon. This is a good close-up right here, and we see kind of two like spokes at the top of this craft or vehicle.
Yeah, they should know it's smearing.
And then it seems like it has a support system at the bottom to hold this craft or whatever it is.
No,
absolutely. And there was some artificial intelligence done to some of the imagery to clear it up, clean.
More artificial intelligence than their intelligence,
this image,
obviously.
But now we're looking at 4 different images of the same light source. And at one point, it seems to be a figure walking.
So if it's got some AI filters applied to it, it could be completely wrong then. You can't be doing manually. Right?
Away from...
So now they're seeing a man walking away. When it's just... look... You can tell it's smearing. Top and bottom. A man walking away. Unbelievable.
This debris field, or whatever it is. Amazing stuff, guys. What do you think? And now, let's take it out to this incredible video coming in from Colombia. Watch.
Oh, watch it, guys. Watch it. Alright. So this is coming from Colombia, even though it looks... didn't we just do that one? Oh yeah, that was the solar tube one, wasn't it? But that was in UK, I thought. It looks like the same thing. I reckon someone's telling lies. Come on. It's the same one. It looks like a solar tube balloon again, doesn't it? And I think I can see something hanging down. Maybe that one is... where's it disappeared to? It got me again. The mouse stopped working. Seal stuck in Seal's neck. Hey? Shark stuck in Seal's neck. Interesting, but I've got to go back. So shark tried to eat it. Is that what it's saying? Ah, right. Looks like it tried to. Little tiny shark, is it? That's got to be painful. Poor bloody thing. Anyway, let's move it back. What happened? It looks like it opened up separately. What's going on here? I don't know how it did that. Sabotage today. Okay. So could this be a hot air balloon one, this one? And for that. Again, it's a cloud cover there. I don't know, it looks like Tyler's one, doesn't it? It looks like the same thing, and he said that was in UK. I think it's the same video. Someone's telling lies of the location. But yeah, it's one of those solar tube balloons. Is that the best we got? Moving on. Yeah, that one looks different. Okay, that one kind of looks like a bird kite, I would say. Maybe with some lights on it. Doesn't it? That kind of looks like a kite. I suppose they're saying it's a TR3B. Can't keep it very still, can he? Now, there's a bird that flew past. It looks like it's rotating. It looked like it had like a round circle in the middle. Yeah, those kites with the LEDs going around in a circle, right? It's got to be a kite above the house. It's not moving. Someone's just flying one of those kites and just angling it. Multiple cables going to it so they can tilt it right into the wind. I suppose they're talking garbage about it. Has to be a kite. It's not that high up, really.
Well, as we're looking at this, and we see in the slide premiere, there's speculation abroad, and that's what we're doing right here, getting the public's opinion, and that's what's so important. And we're looking at it, and we're going to give you our opinion. We can't say for certain.
So, what's your opinion out there, guys?
Isn't
say
a balloon,
in the side chat.
But could it be something else? Could it be some kind of new manta ray of a stealthy new craft? We're looking at it. It does have some symmetry design as well, and it does resemble the manta ray. And this has been used in DARPA projects.
If it was a DARPA project, it wouldn't be in plain view like that. It'd be zooming across the sky and you'd hardly capture it, right? So we're looking at some sort of LED kite, I think. LED kite. Probably that one with the circle on it with the square canvas like that one here, but you can't see the triangle. Triangle. So this is a triangle one. If you can find a decent image of it. Yeah, so it could be this one. Quite looks like a manta ray. I think we saw the circle a bit. And of course, they can have all sorts of light configurations on them. Don't think it's that one because we ain't got the tail coming off. It's just a basic triangle one, like this one here, with the circular lights and some LED lights on the outside probably. You can see it's quite big. Get an all black one. I think that's what we're looking at. Someone flying a kite. Probably some kids. There's a black and red one.
Including high aerospace engineering. So this is kind of cool, if that's what it is. And you see these shimmering lights that are refracting off of it.
These guys just cracked me up.
Is this a mylar effect? Possible. But then again, it has its dark surface, which indicates that it's not silvery or mylar. It almost seems that it has a dark feature in color. Brent, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, you see it rotating, and that's an indicator of maybe something like you just said. It could possibly be a balloon, and I'm not going to rule that out. I'm not going to rule in that this is something otherworldly.
So
at
we've
the
seen
same
some
time.
LED
It's
lights
an interesting capture. We see these submitted to us at Thirdphaseofmoon all the time, and this one just stood out a little bit, and that's why we're throwing it up there. There are some interesting features that catches my eye, especially the falcon look. It almost looks like the wings are just expanded and holding true, and it just stays there.
Okay.
Teeny capture,
Looks like it's
and it
coming
goes
down a
behind
bit.
the trees. I'm glad.
So it's not going to be a triangle one. It's going to be a bird one. Bird shaped one. Oh. Bird. Let's have a look. It's funny how they brought this one up again, though. Falcon kite. Eagle kite. It's not that one. Maybe we get rid of the word lead, because you can put lids on anything. Kite bird. Okay, and that's what you call a kite bird. It's actually called a black kite, but not the kite we're after. Here we go. The best kite. That one's pretty cool, isn't it? Let's go on to another one. They never did a really good zoom in, did they? Has to be a kite, doesn't it? It's got a white belly there, and I think that we're turning LEDs on and off. So, and that one not. That one not, that one not. Yeah, sometimes you can pin it straight away, but it looks like a kite. Someone's flying around. So giving us mostly birds here. Kite. What other words can we use? Falcon, maybe. Kite flying. Can't seem to type on an angle now. So it's almost time for me to go. Falcon. It didn't quite work, did it? Flying Falcon. Still. Here we go. That looks like an eagle. Yeah, someone will know what the name of the kite is or the brand. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Okay, what do you reckon these ones? Reflection, distant planes, flare drop, illumination flare drop. Now, as we know, flares take 5 minutes to burn out, and they can come down really, really slowly if they're far away. So they look like they might be hovering when they're not. They're pretty white looking. Don't see any flashes of red, which could indicate planes. Almost has an orange, a yellow white colour to it. So let's see what happens. I can see like a flickering of light. Which kind of suggests they're burning, doesn't it? It looks like it's got that burning effect happening, which would be flares, of course. But then we got some atmospherics here. It looks like it might be fairly hot. Let's have a look at the total image. There is some shimmering and low quality. It looks like it's burning though, like flares. So that's probably illumination drop flares. And if they go out within 5 minutes, and I don't think the video is that long. It's 12 when we started it. I think we only see a minute of it, don't we? So it could be illumination flares coming down slowly. We have to film it to 1700 here. And if it goes out, then we know it's flares. If it keeps on shining, then this counts flares. Hey, Scotts Browne, how's it going? What do you reckon? Flares? Distant flares? And the video. Yeah. On YouTube. What's it about? Out of focus. And that's it.
Right. Fukuoka,
So
Japan.
it could easily be flares, in that case, distant flares slowly coming down in parachutes.
Has their sightings, and we rarely get videos out of this region, but let me tell you, they're interested in UFOs throughout that country, and this is...
Looks to me like it's going out to the sea coast here, where you get a lot of illumination flares, like they drop it on drug runners to illuminate them on the sea. Remember those little submarines they used to have with the drugs in them? It could just be military exercise out to sea there.
Two of them that we're looking at, I almost see in the background, off in the distance, almost a shadow of a mountain over there. So could these be, maybe radio towers with bright lights, or possibly airliners?
I think they slowly changed position though if we look at it.
The person shooting this.
I don't think the radio towers
They
lights
almost seem to be merging at one point. They're very bright.
Which means that they must be on parachutes, because if they're merging, then it can't be towers, can it? So
and from the eyewitness statement, they don't know what they are, and if he's looking at this and he knows his surroundings, he knows that this is something unusual, so he got a good shot at it. And from what these lights are, and relativity to the foreground and background,
so
of
what's
the
your
palms,
link?
that there is some distance. These lights are pretty bright, Brandon. I don't see any indication of FAA lights whatsoever here.
Yeah, no blinking lights, no oscillating lights. What we're looking at is legit. Now the big question is, what is it?
So
We've seen plasmic orbs throughout our
could be
field
Chinese
of ufology.
lanterns. That's another possibility, but normally they're in sort of more red. These are bright white, like illumination.
He submitted right here at Thirdphaseofmoon, thousands of them, and these kind of resemble that indeed. Look how they're almost merging together. That's pretty interesting.
Which is indication that the flare is moving in air current. Okay, so what else we got? Is that it? Yep. So yeah, that's them done. The whole shebang. So Scotts Browne wants us to look at your video, dear. Okay. What's the link to you? I suppose I can't type Scotts Browne in because it won't come up. Well, I mean, it won't come up, will it? They probably don't promote you as much as they don't promote me. Scotts Browne. I can't see what I'm typing. Let's speed up. Ah, there you go. Well, they haven't banned you then. They only just banned me. So you're at the top. That's how it should be. Remember, if you go back to the beginning of my show, I was showing you how you can't find my channel, even typing in the direct name. So that was amazing. Objects captured September the 7th, 2021. Is that the one you want us to look at? Is there any talking music on it? Better be careful. It's really hard to catch a shooting star. They only last a few seconds. Where is it? Yeah, I see a lot of that when I'm walking the dog. They don't last very long. That is unusual though. Because it normally has like a bollard, or they call it bollard shape to it. That one looks like it's a straight line. Oh no. It does sort of have a tail on it. Green. Green sort of works in with meteorites, doesn't it? Isn't it copper? Don't know, it's sort of like it's got the front end bigger than the back. And green meteorites. There was a whole bunch of those in the past in America, though, wasn't there? where they thought it was unusual, and when they found a sample of it, they analysed it, and it definitely was a meteorite. Green meteorite. Meteor. It's only a right if it comes down to the ground. Here we go. Oh, here's some ones. It looks very similar to your one, doesn't it? That's a good one. The colour of a meteorite.
You gonna cook the steak?
I'll be there in a minute. Looks like I'm gonna have to cook dinner. Okay, so what do we got? Green. Could be iron, I suppose. That makes sense. A lot of meteorites are iron. Sodium. What's copper do then? Copper. Is it copper? So it's got to be an iron meteorite then. Copper is green, I know. But not in this case. Not with meteorites then. So, yeah. Looks very similar to what we just saw there, Scott. So why do you think it's not? I have to keep playing, I suppose. Yeah, it's a good capture anyway. You often see it with your eyes, but you don't catch it on camera. That's why you need to have like a camera on your head all the time. I had one that lit up the whole sky in Christchurch and only lasted as fast as your one did there, but it was way bigger. It's like it exploded. Made no sound though. So that all it is. What did I miss? Anyway, it looks like I've been given much in orders. The second object seems to be a shooting star, but looks as if it's moving erratically. I don't see the second object. You need to put some chapters in, and that makes it easier. You can just jump straight to it then. Can see stars and noise, of course. Trees, stars. Just don't see the second object. Where? Where are we looking at it? There's a bright object there. I don't know if that's a planet or not. I'll just step it. Damn. I think my mouse is playing up. The software is, yeah. Second object. Where is it? That one? No. Probably need some filters on it. That one? Alright. Okay. Wasn't much of it though. So we got a meteorite and we got something else. Okay. And did you check to see if there's any planes at that location? Probably need to zoom in on it, run some filters. You could probably do something like that real time. That makes it a bit better. And that. Is it blinking? It seemed to come out of nowhere. Thought I saw something there. I think you got something more going on there. I think you need to run it through some zoom in and more enhancement. And then there was something down here. I don't see it that time. There it goes. Yeah, it's a bit hard to tell what it is. It is pretty far away from the sensor, so maybe the sensor didn't pick it up. Dots in the sky for you. Yeah, it's a bit hard to say what that one is. UFO, maybe. Anyway, gotta leave it there, guys, and perhaps Scott can do more analysis on that one, slow it down, zoom it in, add some filters. And I'll catch up on the next live show. Let's see, 2 different objects, yep. Location and the second minutes apart. Yeah. Yeah, I did see it eventually, but the filters did make it a bit easier. So yeah, these add-ons are quite good. Filter it in real time. They are limited compared to doing it in an editor. But yeah, haven't played around with this a lot. Haven't done that for a long time. Round off with UFO jets going across. Does it still work? Yeah. Here we come. So did you see that? Now you captured that on film. We got the smoking gun footage. That would be good to see. I see it slowing down my avatar though. The lips are a wee bit out of sync again, I think. Yeah. Anyway, I'll just round off now. And say good night. See you again maybe tomorrow, maybe next day. See how I feel. There's more stuff to do. Oh, there's always more stuff to do. We've still got to complete that chart that we were doing yesterday. By the way, I did actually fix it up and it is available on Discord, but we've still got more to add to it. That was fun with the old text maker. That bug was a kick in the guts, wasn't it? Okay, I'm going to go and cook dinner now. then I've got to reload, upload this everywhere. That'll do.